Today was trial day for the courageous former cop, Luana Gillette. She tells us why she had an anxiety attack on the witness stand. And we look at a worrying trend of older working persons being targeted in murders. Plus, it used to be spare the rod and spoil the child, but now Belize unveils a new blueprint for modern parenting. We'll tell you what's inside. Also, we'll show you a cop convicted of sexually assaulting a female colleague. He appealed his sentence and will now serve more time in jail. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Thursday, May 7th, 2026. Good evening. With your news, I'm Inder Craig.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Let me remind you once again, no farmer, no food. Agriculture is not just an industry, it's a way of life. So all of this is grown in Stan Creek. How is it so far since yesterday?
We have a very good crop of tomatoes, of sweet peppers.
This is over 100 tons because we have rich soil. For the past year again, guys, over 8,000 heads going to Mexico on the hoof, and about 33,000 going to Guatemala on the hoof. So we are expanding in the cattle industry. Hello, sir.
I'm good. How are you? Very good to see you, sir.
Young man, how are you? Yeah. Like this.
Historic heat waves are affecting countries like never before.
Children are at risk because the humidity is very high. And the days in Belize are getting pretty hot. It's much hotter than before.
Children can become very sick when there are high temperatures and when we are experiencing extreme heat.
I feel my skin burning sometimes. My shoe, it feels very hot when I walk around.
So we encourage teachers, students, and parents to encourage children to carry water in their water bottles.
I think they should always have water in the classes to refill their water just in case they cannot come out to buy the water or their water finished in class.
You should do your research on heat stress, and that way you'll be able to easily identify symptoms if they are present in you or your children or any family members. And then if they are present, you act immediately and take yourself or whoever to healthcare facilities.
Only few more days before the strong one, Itana, grace the stage at the all-white Reggae Sundays to give you an electrifying performance. Get your tickets at these locations.
Hi, I'm Ava.
And I'm Aiden. We're your AI guides to all things NHI.
In this video, we will guide you on how to become an NHI member. You, and if you have a child, must have a Social Security card. To get an SSB card is easy. Visit socialsecurity.org.bz/card-replacement to view the required documents that are needed.
There is a fee of only $5 Belize for a first-time issue and $26 Belize for a replacement card. Newborns can use their mother's SSB card for up to 2 months.
With your SSB card, you and all family members can register at any NHI contracted clinic of your choice.
You and members of your family can now access health care when needed.
Please note that once you are registered with a clinic, you must go to that same clinic when you need medical care. Look out for more NHI guides like this.
Altoona is one of the most visited Mayan city up until lately. The adjacent communities have collaborated together to see how they can get a space here that the wood carvers could actually market and sell their product. Not having the POS machine in the past, we have lost a lot of sales. Atlantic Bank helped supported our business, giving us the opportunity to get the POS machine. Now with the POS machine, we are able to do more sales, and that will, also bring more, finance to our families.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sun Up on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Former police officer Luana Gillett was back in court today to finally testify against the man who she says sexually assaulted her. You'll remember that back in March, we spoke to Gillett about all she had endured since she was assaulted in 2024. The incident was captured on surveillance video, and the accused was her co-worker, PC Dermond Dawson. But more than 2 years later, Gillett has had to contend with a career change and endless trips to the magistrate's court after multiple adjournments. But today she told us that the magistrate was adamant that this was a final adjournment. Courtney Menzies went to San Ignacio for the trial and spoke with Gillett, and here is that story.
Luana Gillett's story touched many when, after 2 years, she had still not received justice for the sexual assault she faced at the hands of a fellow cop. Since the start of her case, she's been in and out of court, dealing with delays and adjournments. Finally, her case was set to be back in court, and she said she's relieved she finally got the chance to testify.
I must say that I am partially glad. A sense of relief came off me because I got to testify in court this morning. So that's showing me that at least I'm getting partially somewhere in regards to my matter, my long-awaiting trial for over 2 years. We actually started somewhere today. However, we got a brief adjournment until this afternoon, where I will be cross-examined by his attorney. He actually has an attorney with him today, which I'm not scared of because I'm not lying. I'm just stating the facts of what happened when I was assaulted. So the magistrate gave a short adjournment, which we're breaking for lunch, and then we'll come back at 1 where the trial continues.
But Gillett explained that even though she feels she's been given the runaround, the defense's attorney still requested yet another adjournment.
It's funny. It's ironic because this morning I was speaking to someone and I was like, if he comes with an attorney, his attorney will ask for an adjournment. And the person was like, no, can't ask the adjournment. This is a final trial. I said, oh, okay, make we see what happened. Lo and behold, his attorney is asking for an adjournment because he have recently been retained and he's not properly prepared for cross-examination and the full trial. So he was asking for an adjournment. I actually caught an anxiety attack on the deck. The magistrate saw, she asked if I was okay, and I just tried to breathe and told her yes. Well, they did facilitated him, well, his attorney, with the adjournment that he was requesting. So that is how we end up with an adjournment for 1 o'clock after lunch. The magistrate expressed that she's not adjourning it to another day to have me dragged back in court, because I have been back and forth since 2 years in court, and they think that it would be unfair to me because I have been appearing at court at every adjournment, and to have another adjournment and have me being dragged back in court, that would be really, against me, and she's not having it. So it is adjourned until after lunch.
And after 2 years, any step closer to the end is a win for Gillette. What are your fears and concerns going into this afternoon session?
Well, honestly, to be honest, I don't have any fear, Courtney, because I prayed before I came to court this morning. I know my mom is here with me standing. She was with me in that courtroom this morning while I was testifying. And so I have no fear. With or without an attorney, the trial will continue, and I will get a partial closure. Even if the other witnesses don't get to testify, I will get partial closure in regards to my trial this afternoon after lunch.
Courtney Menzies, 7 News.
In this afternoon session, Gillette was cross-examined by the attorney for the defense, Lyndon Jones. Another witness was also cross-examined, although that examination was not completed due to time. The case has been adjourned until the 14th of May, which is when the video is expected to be tendered into evidence. Tonight, there have been no arrests in the murder of Manuel Smith and Fidencio Osgala, yesterday's murder victims in San Ignacio. He was 59 and she 62. The killing of two older persons known to be law-abiding working people has shocked the community. Jules Vasquez found that it may be part of a worrying crime trend.
Even when teenage boys from Port Loyola get savagely murdered at their favorite fishing spot, such crimes, while appalling and deeply saddening, are not uncommon. But in April, we saw a trend of crime being visited on those outside the traditional frame of violence, specifically working older persons. The trend started in Corozal on April 21st, when Santos Escobar was killed in front of his home.
What the investigation has so far revealed is that on the mentioned date and time, Mr. Escobar was along with two other persons socializing in front of a residence when a male person approached them and fired several shots.
On April 23rd, 45-year-old Luis Martinez was found shot and stabbed on the shoulder of the TV Ramos Highway near Maya King. He was last seen alive the evening before when he went to pick up his pay. And then on April 27th, 70-year-old retiree Francisco Garcia was chopped to death on his farm in rural Orange Walk.
Information is that he was taking care of his farm when he was attacked by persons unknown.
The next day, 42-year-old water delivery man Roberto Villafranco was lured to his death by a fake delivery request from Pine Ridge Village.
We have established that it was not a robbery, it was a targeted shooting.
And that same kind of targeted shooting is what befell 59-year-old Manuel Smith and 61-year-old Fidencia Osgaya, municipal security guards who left work at 6 a.m. only to be trailed by a shooter.
The bit of footage that we have retrieved so far suggests that they were trapped by two persons on board a motorcycle, and upon reaching near Hospital Street, that is when one of the person produced a firearm and fired several shots, which resulted in the demise of these two individuals.
6 murders of older working persons in 14 days, all outside the traditional frame of violence, and tonight all unsolved. No arrests have been made. And during this worrying spree of violence against this unlikely group, nothing from the commissioner. 3 weeks ago, he told me he's a man of action, not words. Commissioner, I haven't seen you in months, so nice to see you again.
I'm a hard worker and always on the ground.
Always on the ground, sir, that's for sure.
Man of word, but man of less word, but action.
Much action, no doubt.
We'll let you know when arrests are made in any of these 6 murders. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll show you the cop who appealed his sentence for sexual assault of a female colleague and is tonight serving more time behind bars. And the rules of parenting are changing. You'll see what's inside Belize's new national parenting policy. Don't go away.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
In May, make Benny's your one-stop shop for appliances. Get amazing deals for mom and appliances all May long. Benny's, quality and savings.
This Mother's May, celebrate the woman who makes the house feel like home all month long. Great deals like 15% off bathroom and kitchen fixtures from Moen, Hansgrohe, and Duraflow. Plus 15% off Hispasensa tiles, Stormguard windows, and 40% off Sunlight windows. And 15% off Berger paints and huge savings on clearance colors. So come in to Habet and Abet or Brothers Habet, call us or WhatsApp us today and make this Mother's May one to remember. Happy Mother's Day to all marvelous moms.
The success of my business means a lot to my family, especially my brother, because I'm continuing his legacy, making butterfly art collages. It was very hard for me to receive payments. I had to go directly to meet the person I'm purchasing from and who I'm selling to receive payment. Because I opened my business account with Atlantic Bank, now I can make and receive payments online, and this has made my job much easier.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Look here, your kitchen light there and the vent in the kitchen. But I'm going back in there right now. And the coffee maker? Just to try to keep my coffee warm for later. What do you know? I'll try to think more to eat. You know, the more you open or close the fridge, it takes longer for the food cool. Uh-huh. For a hot day like today, it burns more energy. You to charge your phone right now? No. Plug it out then. You really only wash 2 socks and 1 shirt? You don't know what small load burn the same amount of electricity as large loads? But this is my favorite shirt. You have to be more energy efficient. Use large loads. This AC, they blow hard. You know, if you keep the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius or higher, you burn less energy and you also keep the place cool. And for a nice day like today, turn off the AC, open up the house, and make some fresh breeze come in. You know what? I think I get it now. As consumers, we need to be more energy efficient and practice energy conservation.
Champion security, champion security, champion security. Yeah, yeah. Your security is our business, so we gonna protect you like a champion, like a champion.
Guess what, Mr. Handsome? Yeah, over there, champion security. This is the place to be. What does sign say? Champion Security. Here at Champion Security, we provide quality service. You know why? Such as triology lock, fire alarm, IP camera system, gate operator, biometric lock, and alarm system. Champion Security. Make a go check out where they go on inside of Champion Security. And boy, nice to meet you, my brother. Tell me a little bit more about Champion Security.
Well, welcome, Mr. Hanscom. Here at Champion Security, we offer fire system, alarm system, camera system, gate operator, access control, and also trilogy locks and magnetic locks. Everything you need to do with security systems for residential and businesses, you could find everything here at Champion Security. We also consist of 12 technicians, and we offer technical support 24 hours. So anything you need for your security systems, you could find everything here at Champion Security.
Remember, guys, here at Champion Security, we live by our motto, where safe stay is our business. Give us a call now. Don't forget to check us on Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media platforms. And continue to shake it to the max all the way. Champion Security, the best place to be. We care for your safety.
You want to rent it, that's not a problem. We got remote gate.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sun Up on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss. Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
A police officer convicted of sexually assaulting a female colleague and sent to prison for it is facing a longer jail sentence tonight. And that's because 40-year-old Brigilio Ack tried to appeal his 8-month sentence in the High Court. Justice Nigel Pilgrim dismissed Ack's appeal against conviction, but allowed the appeal against sentence, ultimately re-sentencing him to 18 months in prison. After deducting 98 days spent in pretrial detention, Ack has 1 year, 2 months, and 24 days remaining to serve from March 10, 2026. Ack was originally convicted for assaulting the officer in March of 2023 by groping her breast and kissing her neck without consent during a tour of duty. The court also ordered mandatory counseling and psychiatric treatment for Ack while at the Belize Central Prison and ruled that upon release he must register as a sex offender and notify authorities before changing his residence. Traditional parenting methods from decades ago may not be as effective on today's children, and parents often find themselves parenting their kids a bit differently from how they were parented growing up. It's no easy task, and the National Commission for Families and Children may have a few guidelines to help if you ever find yourself at a crossroads in your parenting journey. They were working on the draft of a parenting policy in collaboration with UNICEF. Today, Jo Marie stopped by during a validation workshop to find out more about it, and here's that story.
There is no perfect way to parent, but UNICEF and the National Commission for Families and Children might have some guidelines for you through their parenting guide and policy. The project, titled The Art of Parenting, seeks to assist Belizean parents in navigating better approaches and methods to effectively communicating, teaching, and safely disciplining their children in a world where technology and peer pressure are major influences on their behavior and perception. NCFC is working on revising the policy to better accommodate the current influences that can affect the way we parent in today's world.
So today we're holding and hosting the National Parenting Policy and the National Parenting Guide validation session. And this session is in collaboration with the Ministry of Human Development, Family Support, Gender Affairs, with the Department of Human Service, NCFC, the National Parenting Committee, in collaboration with UNICEF. So the National Parenting Committee has been working tremendously, looking at the revised section of the Parenting Guide. We are also working on a newly created parenting policy. We need to be structured in terms of how we share and disseminate information in regards to parenting throughout the entire country of Belize. We would update areas such as adding more things or more components such as mental health, ensuring that parents have an understanding of the caliber of children that we're dealing with and how would we be able to support them. Not only the children themselves, but us parents as well, because parenting is a whole job by itself, to be honest. In the book, you can find an e-book, an electronic book on our social media website, on NCFC's website. Also, the public can feel free to reach out at NCFC. They can call us. We also have the support of the Department of Human Service and as well as UNICEF. So the public can reach out to us for support, guide, materials, and the way forward.
They are holding consultations with several stakeholders like the Ministry of Human Development, Pathlight, PAHO, and other organizations that interact closely with families and children. Their input is necessary for the drafting of this policy.
We know that there are different things, like now we have the internet, we have different issues, bullying, we have different support that parents now need. So seeing that we updated the guide, putting all the information based on what the focus group gave us, and now we're doing the validation with the same groups that we did the focus groups in the past to see what they think about this draft guide and draft policy. And after that, we're hoping that we can produce the final updated guide and then go on to provide that policy to the minister and the cabinet so that they can see if it will be approved.
UNICEF is also providing major support to the cause and hopes that they will be able to implement something concrete that can work for the next 9 years or so.
So this policy is looking to cover 2026 to 2035. And UNICEF's support is integral because we see that globally there is evidence and acknowledgement that evidence-based parenting is an accelerator to promote children's rights and to accomplish the SDGs. We also see that this lays a foundation for early protection. So the first ministerial conference to end violence against children, which happened in Bogota, Colombia in 2024, identified parenting as a breakthrough area to prevent violence in all its forms. So beginning earlier, at this earlier stage, from early childhood, we see that the evidence globally that it promotes children's well-being, it prevents violence, and it is an accelerator for overall child well-being.
Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
Yesterday on the news, you heard the UDP mayor of San Ignacio and Santa Elena concede that he has his challenges with the current UDP leadership. And tonight there is evidence of the mood of the Kayo caucus on April 2nd, 2026 letter to the party leader. A number of UDP Kayo constituency caretakers and other prominent Western Caucus members expressed disappointment over the decision not to reappoint Alberto August to the Elections and Boundaries Commission. They said the move blindsided members, especially after assurances were reportedly given in February that August would remain in the post. The group praised August's performance on the commission, describing him as fearless and committed to the party's interests, particularly during disputes surrounding alleged electoral fraud in Kayo North. The caucus also raised broader concerns about what it called increasing centralized decision-making within the party and warned that sidelining strong UDP regions, such as the West in national appointments, could damage party unity, morale, and future electoral support. Earlier this week, we reported that Foreign Minister Francis Fonseca had open heart surgery at the KHMH. Tonight, he is stable and continues what will be a long recovery that usually takes months. That he chose to do it at the KHMH is a big endorsement for the institution. And it's one that the new KHMH CEO hopes will bolster the public's confidence in the hospital's ability to deliver quality services and advanced procedures.
That is a huge win for KHMH since we have been saying from timely memorial that we have the best doctors, the best nurses, and some of the best people here at KHMH when it comes to performing different surgeries, and we have multiple brain surgeries and cardiac surgeries, and we have our oncology unit. So we do have the best services here at KHMH. We are trying to change the image, and therefore this is a big win for KHMH since one of our own ministers shows high confidence in coming here and performing such a major surgery. We are trying to change the image when it comes to the long waiting time at accident and emergency. We're trying to get funding to ensure that we could uplift the institution, ensuring that our ceilings and all of that does not do not flood the institution when there's a rainy season. So there's a lot of ways we're looking at using the resources we have in order for us to change the image, change the perception of KHMH. We're speaking to staff, we're giving them the requisite training that they need so that they could be able to perform at a more professional level. We have a lot of staff performing at that level, but sometimes it's just that one incident or that one saying the wrong thing or that one not getting enough rest and treating somebody with very little patience. So we are looking at how we can change all of that on the ground.
The Statistical Institute of Belize has released a sobering update on the country's external trade for March 2026, revealing a massive widening of the trade deficit. In March alone, Belize's total merchandise imports skyrocketed to $321.4 million, a staggering 38.7% increase compared to the same month last year. Meanwhile, domestic exports plummeted to just $25.1 million, representing an 18.7% decline from March 2025. The data for the first quarter of 2026 paints an even more dire picture. Total imports are at $807.1 million, up 16.5% from 2025, while total exports are at $65.4 million, down 9.1% from 2025. So, for the first quarter, the trade deficit is approximately $741.7 million. If that trend continues, it would work out to be $3 billion for the year. Now, while the country is spending more to bring goods in, its primary sector earnings are shrinking. For the first 3 months of the year, several major commodities reported significant earnings losses. Sugar registered the largest decline, falling by 3.2 million to a total of 6.7 million. SIB attributes this to weaker export performance and lower market prices. And for cattle, formal exports dropped by 1.6 million as volumes decreased. It's worth noting that the trade balance in Belize is often subject to heavy seasonality. The first quarter typically captures the early stages of the sugar crop and citrus harvests, which may see bulk shipments and higher revenues in later months. However, the current data shows that even when compared to the same period last year, these exports are underperforming. Today in New York, Minister of Immigration Karim Musa addressed the International Migration Review Forum. In an era of widespread migration discrimination, he reaffirmed Belize's commitment to advancing safe, orderly, and regular migration.
For Belize, migration is deeply connected to our history, our economy, and our people. This is why Belize remains firmly committed to the Global Compact for safe, orderly, and regular migration, and to building migration systems that are humane, secure, and people-centered. A matter of national pride is our amnesty program, which granted permanent residence to more than 12,000 migrants, opening pathways to citizenship, lawful employment, and greater national participation. When people are brought out of the shadows, societies become stronger, safer, and more cohesive. Migration governance must always remain grounded in human dignity, inclusion, protection, and the rule of law.
The final numbers are in for the National Agriculture and Trade Show over the weekend in Belmopan, where 37,833 persons attended. Now that's an increase from the previous years of 34,042 attendees, but still down from 2024's 41,000 attendees. According to the Ministry of Agriculture, the event featured a 13% increase in commercial booths and concessions. A highlight was the second annual Cabalgata, which saw participation jump from 34 to 156 registered riders. Despite the increase in numbers, it's important to note that instead of the usual 2 days for the show, it was increased to a 3-day event due to the long Labor Day weekend. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll talk to the reggae artist Itana, who arrived in Belize today for a Mother's Day concert. And we'll show you how KHMH nurses got treated to a very fancy breakfast for Nurses Week today. Don't go away.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Champion security, champion security, champion security. Yeah, yeah. Your security is our business, so we gonna protect you like a champion, like a champion.
Guess what, Mr. Handsome? Yeah, over there, champion security. This is the place to be. What does I say? Champion Security. Here at Champion Security, we provide quality service. You know why? Such as triology lock, fire alarm, IP camera system, gate operator, biometric lock, and alarm system. Champion Security. Make a go check out where they go on inside at Champion Security. Boy, nice to meet you, my brother. Tell me a little bit more about Champion Security.
Well, welcome, Mr. Hanson. Here at Champion Security, we offer fire system, alarm system, camera system, gate operator, access control, and also trilogy locks and magnetic locks. Everything you need to do with security systems for residential and businesses, you could find everything here at Champion Security. We also consist of 12 technicians, and we offer technical support 24 hours. So anything you need for your security systems, you could find everything here at Champion Security.
Remember, guys, here at Champion Security, we live by our motto, where safety is our business. Give us a call now. Don't forget to check us on Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media platforms. And continue to shake it to the max all the way. Champion Security, the best place to be. We care for your safety.
You wanna rent it? That's not a problem. We got remote gate.
Nokche Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism. So we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from them, it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there, we went into the culinary experience at the different Mayan cultures. We have the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank just make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Enhancing the resilience of Belize's coastal communities to climate change impacts. That is the name and the aim of a $4 million project to strengthen the climate resilience of Belize's coastal communities, ecosystems, and infrastructure. The initiative is being led by PACT, and it was officially launched today in Dangriga. Here are the highlights from the event.
This US $4 million investment through the Adaptation Fund, implemented through the Protected Areas Conservation Trust in partnership with the government of Belize and the national institutions, reflects Belize's continued commitment to building climate resilience through strategic science-based and people-centered action. Importantly, this initiative directly advances the implementation of Belize's Blue Economy Development Policy, Strategy and Implementation Plan, the Belize Sustainable Ocean Plan, the Integrated Coastal Zone Management Plan, and the recently enacted Integrated Coastal and Ocean Management Act. It also aligns with the government's broader vision under Plan Belize to strengthen climate resilience, sustainable development, and national well-being.
We have lost 200-300 feet of beach. If you fly over Dangriga, you will be able to see the magnitude of the erosion. Between the Tongue Pier and Pelican, you will see a big carve out, a big U. Where the stones are on the pier, that's where the sun used to be. You'll see a big carve out right out to the point here by Social Security, by the Ministry of Education, and all the way to Commerce Bight. And of course that continues all over. And so it is in a sense matter of awe when you see the power of nature, right? Especially if you don't visit for a while and you come back and you say, wow, this is what's happening. And certainly the beach restoration portion of this project will add significantly to that. So it's a part of a larger plan for us to continue to develop our community, continue to give opportunities, especially for our young residents who will be the ones who, as we've said, Dr. Saki mentioned it, and others, who in fact are the ones who will inherit.
The project will directly benefit more than 117,000 residents across 27 coastal communities in the Corazon, Belize, Tan Creek, and Toledo districts. It's Nurses Week, and as a thank you to these dedicated professionals, 150 of them were treated to a dance-catered breakfast this morning at the KHMH. The theme for this year is The Power of Nurses, and the Director of Nursing Services shared more on why it's vital to recognize her dedicated team.
So yes, this is our second year partnering with KHMH to carry out breakfast for the nurses. We're hoping that as we go forward, we can continue with our relationship and we can also hopefully build on it to provide for more nurses. So our partnership is a reflection of our commitment to the community and for those who care for the community. So as we know, nurses are a vital part or a critical part of our community. And with that, we wanted to do this small gesture to give back to them for all their hard work and selfless time that they put into their profession.
Nurses are there in multiple capacities. We are there at the first eye opening of a newborn, their first breath. We are there with the person who has ended and the person who is now passing on. And so it's very important. The role that we play is multifunctional. It's not just within the hospital settings, but within the clinics, within our communities. We have nurses that are educators. And so the role of a nurse is not to be underestimated. It's overstated enough to say that we have been doing quite a bit of work in the community. The history of nursing is one that has a lot of breadth in it. And so when we think about what nurses do on a daily basis, we're looking at persons who are there with us through life's most challenging moments. We're looking at persons who will help us to understand a little bit better about the conditions that we have. And we have, that's sort of this built-in team that's cheering for you during your illness to say, we hope that you are able to go back home to your families. So as a part of our Nurses Week celebration this morning, we did our Nurses Breakfast. This was possible through a partnership with the Fort George Hotel and Spa, as well as Gillette's Meat and the Belize Bank. So it's just our way of saying a little thank you to our nurses. We've had nurses who were coming off the night shift. Some of those were coming in for the morning. Some came from home. And it's a time for us to sit together, have a little short meal, say a little prayer, and just truly work along with each other to say that it's our week. We're trying to celebrate. We, of course, want to celebrate nursing beyond Nurses Week, but this is just a small token coming from us.
And while this week has been planned around celebrating nurses, there are also other aspects the institution is focusing on to improve the quality of their work environment, like ensuring the safety of nurses. Recently, a nurse was attacked while attending to her patient, and the CEO of the KHMH told us it made them recognize the need for greater security in the wards.
That was a very unfortunate incident because anyone would want to feel safe when they're doing their duty. So for somebody to attack Nursina just for doing her job to ensuring that her patient was kept safe, and for her to be able to, because if anybody knows Nursina, she's a very petite person. She's not anybody that you would fear going and approaching. So for her to stand up to the individual that was abusing her patient shows the strength and the type of person that our nurses are here at KHMH. There have been change of protocols. If you go on surgical ward, you will see that there's a security presence outside of that. That person is to ensure that whosoever is going there have the requisite pass, and that if anything happened, it would be quick responding to whatever incident may occur.
Grammy-nominated reggae artist Etana landed in Belize today for this Sunday's Mother's Day edition of Reggae Sunday, to be held at the Belize Airport's Authority compound. Today we spoke to her at the PGIA about how it feels to be back in Belize for another time.
It's always nice to be in Belize. I like to be where people love the music.
What can persons expect when they go to the concert?
Whole heap of vibes and whole heap of music, whole heap of good reggae music. So if you want to have a good time, and if you want to sing and rock the music and go on bad, make sure say that. Right. I am reggae. I am love. I am R&B. I am a little bit of I would say everything that make reggae music as strong as it is today. It's been 18 years. I have 11 albums, 2 Grammy nominations, several number ones. I've come really far. I've toured around the world. I've been to some great places around the world. And as an artist, the only thing I can say is learn the business as much as possible. And believe in your art. Every song that you create is like a piece of land, it's a piece of jewelry, it's a piece of gold. And you wouldn't just put it down and leave it somewhere for anyone to have it, would you, if you had like tangible goods? Except that music has the same, if not more, value, and it's intangible and it outlives you. That's how powerful it is. So you can't play with it, and you really, really, really have to understand the business side of music. Because yes, we love it, but there's a business, there's an art in the business to it.
Out of all your songs, which one is your favorite?
Since the beginning, I've been a writer, a producer. I control my art. I am very much involved. I love the whole of them. So it hard for me to pick one out of the 200 and something songs. You know, I can think of maybe 3. I'm Not Afraid, I Rise, and my man, me tell him I'm making everything with me. You know what I mean?
Elaine is co-headlining the concert and she arrives tomorrow. And finally, tonight, mango season is about to begin its full swing, and as a sort of tradition, we revisit our story on the many varieties of mangoes that can be found in Belize, as many as 70. In 2023, Courtney Menzies sat with mango researcher Noel Gillett, who had identified them. Here's a repeat of that story.
Back in 2021, our news team went looking for Belize's most favored mangoes. The names we kept hearing were the number 11, black, and blue mangoes. And most people know about 4 to 6 different varieties, whereas at that time, mango researcher Noel Gillett had documented 32. But now, 2 years later, that number has grown, and he's discovered lesser known varieties such as Rosa, East Indian, Diamond, and more with the help of his Facebook group. And he's also found out how this number keeps growing.
What I've come to find out is that a lot of these mango varieties that have been added to the list have started to become a lot more international based as the mangoes relates to their parents. So what's going on is that we have a lot of these mangoes being brought in addition to the mangoes that already exist in the country. And you have expert grafters, you call them, and they make, or not make, but they make the varieties available here in Belize. Now, when these mango varieties are here in Belize, it just keeps adding to that list. So the last time we spoke, we had about 30 mango varieties, and now it's well into 50 to 60 varieties. It could go all the way up to 70. I have never seen the pictures of like mangoes like Nam Dok Mai or milk mango or garlic mango. And that's just three of like the most recent ones I've seen here. And I'm starting to learn about a lot of the mangoes in Florida as well that people are bringing it here to graft. And those have like the Keat, the Kent, those kind of mangoes.
And he explained a little about the grafting process.
Graft, it's mostly just to grab the same, it's a clone of the parent. So what they do, they bring the the root, or they bring the scion, you call it, and they put it on the root stock here in Belize. Now, an important thing to know, what I've learned is that the Belize black mango and the number 11 have a good disease resistant rootstock, and they could put the budwood, that's the term I'm looking for. The budwood, they bring the budwood, for example, like Golden Queen or Nam Dok Mai or Kent, Heat, a lot of them, Manila, things like those. They bring them in, and when they do that, they cut off piece of the parent or the piece of the rootstock, and or they make a hole in the rootstock, put the budwood in, and tape it up together with special grafting tape, and there goes a clone of the parent plant.
And while every new discovery is another surprise, he says one of the most shocking things about his research is just how many people are interested in mangoes. So he's planning to condense the knowledge he's gathered in a way that every Belizean can learn.
It's very interesting that people actually have this interest in trying to get all these mango varieties here in Belize and try to identify which ones are which, or how each one tastes, or the presence of fiber, or all those many good characteristics of mangoes. What I plan to do, I plan to gather all of this research so far for these 50 to 70 mango varieties. And after confirmation, of course, I've seen in like Hopkins posts for that Mango Fest, I've seen that again, people are actually interested in learning all these mango varieties. And I had the idea from 2 years ago. I think last time I mentioned I was going to make a book, but I have something a bit better than a book I want to create. I actually want to create a Belizean mango catalog. So all the people of Belize could find out what's available in the country, whether it be something common to find or those rare ones that people bring in from the US and Cuba and Mexico, Philippines. There's so many.
And in Gillette's master list, there are 50 documented varieties, including your favorites like ice cream, common, and Julie mangoes, as well as 28 varieties that are unaccounted, like Sweet Diana, Bombay, and Pico. And if you've never heard about types like Big Ben and Carrie, or if you have an unidentified mango growing in your yard, you can join Gillette's Facebook group to learn more. Courtney Menzies, 7 News.
And that's all we have for you for our newscast tonight. Thanks for watching with your news. I'm Indira Craig. Remember, you can find a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook page. Have a great night. Join Miriam Abdul Kawi here tomorrow, and I'll be seeing you back on Monday. Have a good one.